Hey folks, I'm here with the OG Cat Blogger. We want to talk about Joker for a minute. Something's been bugging me about this. I keep seeing different kinds of media or different media outlets, people who are doing movie reviews, entertainment media, and they seem visibly confused about why the controversy around Joker. And I think I have an answer for it. In fact, I think we answered it like a week ago. Here's one to start off with. First thing, the movie itself seems to trigger social justice warriors. You can tell that just when the reviews came out. That a lot of the Hollywood media reporters, the reviewers, people who are pro reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes, on the one hand, you had people saying it was the movie of the year and there was nothing like it, and Joaquin Phoenix had to win. And they're saying that it's his best performance. Jen, OG Cat Blogger, they're saying it's his best performance or a career-defining performance. This is the guy who played Johnny Cash. This guy's had a dozen career-defining performances. He's amazing. With that, they were saying it's his career-defining performance. So you have that on the one hand, and then on the other hand, you have 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. Currently, I think it's 74%. I know because my son has this obsession with Rotten Tomato scores, so he shows them to me every day, and then he compares the audience score. He's only 12, by the way. It's kind of a sophisticated thing for him to be doing. So he's wicked smart, as my old friends would say. So that's the part that's fascinating, is that you have people saying this is the greatest movie ever, and yet some critics are just offended by it. They referred to the Joker as being an incel. Do you know what an incel is?
No, Jennifer? Can you please tell me? Am I an incel? What's an incel?
No, you're not an incel. It stands for involuntary celibate. It's basically an angry young man who can't get the ladies. So they're saying the Joker is an incel, and it's associated with violence on the alt-right, which is largely an invented thing that doesn't actually exist. So there's some kind of gut reaction to this. And then we find out, you did a story on this on Outside the Bots. Let me find it. Or maybe you could find it. Where you talk, I think it was like today, where you talked about the director saying that he made it because nobody gets jokes anymore. You can't do comedy anymore. Didn't you post something about that? I know I saw the article.
That was recent.
Yeah. Cinema Post's critical. Oh no, that's not it. That's the one we're going to look at in a second. But where's this other one? I know you did it recently. Maybe it was a retweet you did.
It's probably down there somewhere.
Didn't you? Can you find it for me and text me?
Just look for this.
So the director who did the movies of Bradley Cooper, the funny ones, the Las Vegas ones where they forget it. What is that called? Bachelor. Yeah, Hangover. I was going to say The Bachelor Party, but yeah, the Hangover movies, because it's about a bachelor party. He said he was getting out of comedy because everybody was just too woke and ruining comedy. The actors are afraid to say things and so on. So you have that kind of just a social justice warrior gut reaction to the movie, which I'm interested to see. I'm seeing it tonight on the early showing. It's a Thursday night show, which is technically a day before the release. I don't know why they do that, but I love it. Me and my son go to those. It's great. Yeah. So I'm interested to see what is just offending them directly about the movie. But now we have this. I'm going to share my screen. We have this story that you posted. I haven't read the poster yet, but is this one theater? Is this a group of theaters?
It's a small chain of theaters across
Alamo Drafthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know where they are.
Well, there's one that's relatively close by here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this one says San Antonio.
Right. These are the ones that are like they're nationwide.
You know, we live in New York and New Jersey, right?
Correct.
And San Antonio is really far away.
Yeah.
So
no, the Alamo, the Draft House Cinema. It's a small chain of cinemas. So I'm saying one of them is by us.
Oh, but there is one. Okay, I never heard of it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I was going to send you an article on Facebook, and then I thought I asked her to do so much work today. I'm not going to distract her, but it was about cats. I'll send it to you later after the work day.
Thank you.
Yeah. So they posted this parental warning
on Facebook.
Wow.
It's overly critical of a movie that you're trying to promote. It's like
it's amazing. Social justice warriors will give up anything to be
Mm-hmm.
woke enough for their friends. This, by the way, when I see something like, well, let's read it first. Joker is R-rated and for good reason. There's lots of very, very rough language. Did they post this about the Rambo movie that just came out?
Yeah,
which my understanding is it's 10 times more violent.
Chopped off head. That's all I remember.
I saw.
My friend sent me a scene, and I was like, dude.
Yeah, who cares? I saw the spoiler clips for the Joker, and it definitely is gritty. It's I saw probably I'm imagining one of the more violent scenes is what I saw, and I'm not going to give it away because it's a huge spoiler. But it wasn't anything that we don't see in movies every day of the week.
Yeah.
Which is, we're on our way to the point that I wanted to make, which is, why are people up in arms about this movie? Because there is a specific reason. The cast, everybody seems confused about it. I saw Robert De Niro's, I love De Niro as an actor, but as a person, he's a knucklehead. And I saw his comments on it. They were the most mamby-pamby, Mr. Tough Guy who wants to punch Donald Trump in the face and says the F word on CNN. It was so clear that he didn't want to be associated with the movie. He agreed with some of the anti-gun stuff around it. It just ticked me off, especially you've got a movie that's so big for Joaquin Phoenix, or as my son calls him, Joaquinix. Joker is, okay, so overall brutal violence and overall bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
What 17-year-old teenage gender studies student wrote this? It's gritty, dark, and realistic. Taxi Driver-esque. That's another thing they're saying. It's very much about picking up off Taxi Driver, and that's one of the reasons they had De Niro in it. Depiction of one man's descent into madness. It's not for kids, and they won't like it anyway. First of all, is that they won't like it, anyway? Yeah. Now I want to hurt someone, Jen. Now I'm furious. There's no Batman. Oh my God. I should have read this before we went on, because now I'm holding back profanity because I'm supposed to speak at church in a couple weeks. If Kevin has that baby, I have to speak, so that always makes me behave better. I like to put some distance between myself and my bad behavior before I speak. But here's the thing. Okay, now to the reveal. We've been teasing, and I want to keep this video short. This is our first video with just me and you. This is an awesome video. This is why we posted this weeks ago. Yeah. Well, September 24th. Yeah, that's weeks ago. Week ago. We posted this when this came out. And this is my opinion. Yeah. Anti-gunners go after Warner Brothers for donations over Joker. And I put donations in question mark. Here's the thing. I felt really bad. The anti-gunners, if you look them up, they lost a kid. When did they lose their kid? At the event. What's that?
It was traumatic.
Yeah, hard. I feel terrible for the people. Their child, I believe it was their daughter, was in the Batman shooting in 2012. And when the last big Joker movie to come out. We're not including Jared Leto's Joker. I've never even seen that one, but I hear it's terrible. So as I said here, it's a Batman related character. So there's a clear tie-in with the 2012 shooting. And here's what they say. I mean, they make it so clear. Which one is the quote? The letter asked the studio to lobby for gun reform, help fund survivor funds, which is what they run. They run and gun violence intervention schemes, and end political contributions to candidates who take money from the NRA. This is so really, if I had to say, there's two things. Something about the movie, which we should do a review tomorrow. Maybe I'll even get my crazy son on here. Something about the movie is triggering the social justice warriors, A, but B, the anti-gun organization, which was founded out of the tragic 2012 shooting, very publicly went after Warner Brothers. And the mainstream media entertainment outlets just can't make those connections because they don't have sinister thoughts about the world the way I do. So this is the big thing. And I mean, you're watching the actors. I mean, they did things like on their premiere night, they didn't take any questions. They had a studio official ask them 2 specific questions to protect Joaquinix and the staff from having to talk about things. And the thing is, the people involved in the movie, most of them are probably relatively woke. I don't know. I wonder if Joaquinix isn't a little woke in a better way, woke our style. But anyway, that's my take. I think this is pretty straightforward. This was an opportunity for anti-gunners to go after Warner Brothers, which has deep pockets. I think it's that simple. Yeah. They saw Joker, they associated the original shooting, and they went after it. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for checking us out. For links and show notes, go to OutsideTheBots.com. To learn more about what we do in our real jobs, go to PulseWaveTrading.com.